Howdy all, Muglex Lives. I think it's time we play a little 7 Days to Die. Oh man, I am so slow. I need to go unload my gear here. Except I don't know where I'm at. Okay, I think I came in from down here. So maybe today we'll be able to get a little deeper into this factory. Take a better look around. I feel like that is not where I came from. Oh, what about over here? Man, I'm just trying to go out to my bike. I'm gonna die. Oh, there was a second one in there I didn't see. Yep, coming down off of a couple of rough days with the stomach flu here. Uh-oh. No! Why, game? Why? Why would you do this to me? This is not anywhere near where I was at. Uh, um, I'm gonna go home, I guess, and get some food. And I guess grab the moped. That way I don't have to run all the way back out there. I hate when it does that. You'd think that that wouldn't be such a big deal to... I don't understand why that glitches out like that. That's a weird glitch. Stop overwriting whatever it is that keeps track of my spawn point. Yeah, I had a large social slash familial obligatory deal last week over a couple of days. And I'm pretty sure all that handshaking and hugging and whatnot infected me. Not just me, several people in the household here came down with it. It was not pleasant. I don't feel that well right now. But mostly it's just aches at this point. Although I did just take some Tylenol and Advil, so we can't knock out the aches. I don't know what I did to the muscle running along the right side of my rib cage, but laughing just hurt me, and I don't think it should do that. But yeah, so I haven't really got much of anything done. I have been watching Ultraman and on Netflix. That's been pretty good. I wouldn't say it's great. I don't know. I don't know their thought process behind it, but there isn't really a like usually you watch something like that, right? So Ultraman, if you don't know what it is a new anime they had up on Netflix, and uh, Ultraman's been around for a while, like since the 70s, I think, maybe the 60s. And so there's been a lot of different versions of Ultraman, and so this new version is like the son of the original Ultraman, and so he apparently has gained all the powers of his father, and so he's a high school student as usual in an anime, and so I get that there's gonna be some coming of age stuff, Do I want to be a hero? What kind of hero do I want to be? Girls, you know. But I feel like this anime distinctly lacks in a nemesis. Uh, they recently added a new character toward the end of the first season who actually has had more story and development than the main character. I mean, maybe he'll be the nemesis, but it's weird to me that there isn't a focus to. I mean, there isn't even a point for this kid to be Ultraman because there's more than one dude who wears the suit. And so he's just one of, at the moment, three who wear the suit. And, I mean, they all have their own suits, but. And so there's not even like he's Earth's last best defense, you know? There isn't even any of that. It's. He's just a kid with superpowers. And so it's I don't know, it's just a little weak. I didn't look, but is my I thought I picked them up and I put them someplace. Did I put them inside? I did. I put them over here. But it's been pretty fun. The first part of the series was definitely, I think, more fun when he first started getting his powers than later, at least so far. Back on the old slow moped. Yeah, I don't know. It could have used a bad guy. It does not have a bad guy. Just spoilery kind of thing. Like, I think he went with one of the guys who works for the same organization. I mean, I don't think he went with one of the guys who works for the same organization, and they watched a fight between aliens, and then later the alien that he saw fighting, he had to fight, right? And but I mean, that's not a bad guy. That's a bad guy, but that's not the big bad, right? And so there's no the big bad, and it detracts from the sense of, I don't know, danger, I guess, on the show. None of them even been like severely hurt at this point or anything like that. I don't know. I just I felt it could have used a little more danger and some real bad guys. Like, you thought one guy was going to be the bad guy, but then he doesn't really do anything. I mean, I'm not done with the season, but I'm on episode 12. And which has got to be getting pretty close to the end of the season. And so, and there still is not a big bad, and it just seems like an awful lot of episodes to reveal like a political, a big political turn of events that, I guess spoilers, I'm just gonna spoil it. The Galactic Council didn't really want to include Earth, and so they might be the big bad. Except that they haven't done anything, so I'm not sure how big bad you can be if you haven't done anything. So yeah. It's mostly just him. I don't know. It's just mostly the main character doing nothing. And I would like to have a little more, you know, fighting monsters, which has not happened. He does fight some monsters. There was one good scene where they have to save a bunch of people at a concert. And even that wasn't super amazing, because then the guy they thought was a bad guy turned out not to be a bad guy anyways. So, I don't know. I enjoyed it. It just, like I said, could definitely use I'm here to crush Earth, which it doesn't have. Speaking of crushing Earth, I just started watching Robotech with my nephew. I'm going to try to get him to watch an episode or two every day. And so we've made it through about 6 episodes now, I think. And so still enjoyable, shockingly, for a show that came out in 1985. I've been enjoying it, although, you know, I did enjoy it the first time I watched it, and the second time I watched it, and maybe the third time I watched it. But he seems to like it too. Although we like to make fun of it a little bit too. I always Robotech is it's one of those shows where they took another show and they made their own show using scenes from the other show, kind of like Power Rangers. And so they took a show called, they took like 3 shows called Macros, and they combined them all into a single show. Well, not even a single show, because there's 3 different series of Robotech, and you must empty. Oh no, I don't want to pick it up. I wanted to open its storage and place the mini bike in its storage, and then I wanted to pick up this and put this down, so that I have locked my bedroll in place like I already had. And now I gotta figure out oh man, it totally was over here. Dang ferals. Dude, you can't afford to miss so many times. Ah. And but that one has a bad guy for sure. That series is a alien spacecraft crashes to Earth, and the various organizations of the planet band together into a single government to try and reverse engineer and rebuild all of that technology. And so they develop Robotech, which is what they call the technology. I'm pretty sure the bad guys call it something else, like data culture or decaculture or something. But the humans call it Robotech. And so I really don't understand why my guy is acting like he's so overweight. He barely has anything on his inventory. I know I'm a couple of points under, but this feels excessive. Yeah, that one's pretty fun because they have the activation of the SDF-1, and so when they activate the SDF-1, it sends a signal into space, which alerts the bad guys that the ship is there, and so the bad guys do show up, and so they're at the opening ceremony or the unveiling ceremony for the Macros Fortress, the SDF-1, and so when they go through all that, basically the main-ish character is this kid who's a circus pilot, and this other guy who was in the circus with him, aerial circus, is now the head pilot for the VTech squadron for the fortress. And so, okay, apparently I don't fit up there. All right, come on, let's see if we can get. Oh. And so he's showing him the lead pilot for the VTech group is showing the kid Rick the VTech Fighter. V stands for variable technology fighter. It transforms from an airplane into a robot or a mech, and so they are. He's basically showing him the ship when the aliens attack, and so the kid winds up flying off in the VTech Fighter, and man, I'll tell you what, things just go downhill from there for them. Between the attack by the Zentradi, which is the alien race, and then they try to take off with the gravity drives that they installed in the ship, and it causes the gravity drives just tear out of the ship. I think eventually they use their rockets to get off the surface, and I think their idea was that they could make it hover, and so that didn't work, and the So when they get into space, they're supposed to be meeting up with these other spacecraft, but the Zentradi are already there destroying them. And so they get forced back down into the atmosphere over top of Macros Island, which is where they were rebuilding the ship. And so they activate the fold drive because it's the only way they can think of to get the fortress away from Earth, and they think if they can get the fortress away from Earth, then the aliens will leave Earth alone. And so when they activate the fold drive, they miscalculate because it's, you know, brand new to them anyways, technology. And they teleport to Pluto with the island and the people inside the fallout shelters on the island and all sorts of stuff. Yep. So I don't remember. I don't remember really what happens. I only have a vague. I mean, pretty much everything I remember is happening, and yeah, I was kind of hoping there'd be more gun stuff here. I haven't really seen a lot of gun stuff. I just opened up crates and they were all working stiff crates. I'm in the gun factory. Where's the guns in the gun factory? I was hoping maybe to get like a better durability sniper rifle, or maybe the silencer. But that was like, Robotech was like the first anime I watched as a kid. And so I do have a little bit of nostalgia for it. Now, at the time I didn't realize it was anime. Dang it. And there's actually several anime that I watched as a kid that you didn't realize were anime at the time, like Voltron, Vehicle, and Lion Force, which in Japan are actually two completely unrelated series, just animated by the same group, so they look alike. And what's up with that guy? 308. Did I go up a level? Oh wow, I've got 4 points to spend. What level am I now? 56. I guess I need another point in this, right? And then that unlocks things like that, but I've got to stop dying so that I can use it. Translor Z, or Marzinger Z in the original. Which I don't know if I can find that one. I have the Marzinger Z. It's a lot like Voltron, except that there aren't multiple vehicles that combine together. There's just a vehicle. Well, I mean, technically there's, what, 3 vehicles, but they don't combine together. They're just 3 different robots, or mechs, whatever you want to call them. What's crazy is the difference between the Americanized and the Japanese versions, and how how lighthearted the American version is when you watch the Japanese versions of some of these. I know, like, uh, I do not remember how Translor Z started. I do know that Marzinger Z starts with uh, this dude and his brother being orphaned by the bad guy, and then them getting their hands on the Marzinger Z to get revenge for the death of their grandfather and maybe parents against the bad guy. Another working stiff box in. Oh, well, that's not bad. I'd take that. I really feel like there's another one out there too that I'm just not remembering. Another robot-based anime that I watched as a kid around the same time. Man, how do we get up higher in this building? Where is your stairway? Obviously it's not out here, but I think I'm probably going to call it for the day. Oh, I'm going to kill this snake first. And so I thought it might be better if I were to get back to my bike and stuff. So that I can reset my spawn next time. Since I definitely don't want to do the die and have to run from 1,000,000 miles away like I did this time. Although, you know, wasn't too far from my home base. This is not where my motorcycle is. Wait, it is. It's over here. Shuckin' Messiah. No shuckin' parts. There's gotta be a way up higher in the factory, though. I just missed it. There were a couple of doors I didn't open, so definitely have to take a gander there. Alright, let's unload. I really don't need to be carrying half this stuff. Alright, well, with that, click like, subscribe, and catch the next one. I will talk to you later.